Okay, I always love hearing recording in progress.
Yes.
It reminds me of the two times I had an English director on who will not be named because he's still mad at me, and I forgot to press record both times.
No.
Yes, yes, I'm getting flop sweats just thinking about it. Yeah, yeah. Welcome, everybody. Sean O'Connor from Macabre Daily, and I have Marc Gottlieb and Amber Kloss and Nicole M. Wolverton. And they were kind enough to join me to talk about a silly theme, but one that is near and dear to my heart because it kind of branches off and touches upon everything that I that I fill my life with to avoid growing up and addressing adult themes in my life, which is Jaws, movies like Jaws that are kind of rip-offs but we love them, or maybe not. It's okay if you don't. But that sweet spot of the ripoff that kind of takes a life unto itself and then just becomes one of those movies that you go back to time and time again.
Classics. Yep.
Thank you.
In a way.
Exactly.
In a way.
I love to think about the internal meetings at every major studio after 1975, after the summer of 75.
Yeah.
When everyone, I always picture like someone chomping on a cigar like a cartoon, and they're like, "Get me that next big blockbuster."
Yeah.
You know?
So true. Yeah.
The movies that were greenlit that would never, never have gotten past any kind of meeting. And I'm so delighted by it that one day I'll sit down and I'll actually try and attempt to write something about it. But until now, it's the four of us, and let's get to it, shall we?
Yes. Yes.
All right, Mark, even though I've got two lovely ladies in front of me, the way we're going to go is I'm going to start with you. So what's your first Jaws-like ripoff?
Well, I mean, your setup was perfect about the cigar chomping producer. Get me this, get me that. First thing that comes to mind is Mr. Dino De Laurentiis.
Oh, no. I know what you're going to say.
And look, this is a film that is so good. And, I'm not one of those guys who's like, it has no business being this good. It's a guilty pleasure. I don't believe it all. But Orca is fantastic.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Fantastic. And look, it's an obvious way to start because it does so much that it sort of led the way, broke ground for what a lot of the Jaws ripoffs are going to be, where it's like there's a formula, but it's got to be bigger, it's got to be larger, it's got to be more big, better in a way, but also has to do something where it's furthering the story in some fashion. And De Laurentiis was, look, I have to. He just done was it King Kong? I think it's right, which I love, but didn't do so hot.
No.
And so he's like, all right, I gotta have my shark movie, but I'm not going to do a shark movie. I'm going to do Orca, the greatest killer in the seas. I mean, the movie opens with this killer whale killing a great white shark. If that's not planting your flag
right
to start, I don't know what is. You have a really harrowing sequence to start the film where they capture this killer whale. Killer whale is brought up onto this boat.
Oh, that scene, yeah.
And it pops out a fetus right onto the deck. That's the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie. Yeah.
It's rough.
And I remember seeing that when I was much younger going, good God, what the hell did I just see? And then, Daddy Orca is on a rampage of revenge. Let's go. We got a movie. Let's do it. And it is so emotionally draining by the time it's over, because what it does, which I love about this film, is that it starts with, you got Richard Harris as the seafaring, captain who's, you see in a million things. Moby Dick obviously is the main reference, and his crew, and this orca is coming after him. And then halfway through the movie, the roles kind of shift. You're sympathetic towards the whale, and you want Richard Harris to die.
Yep.
Then halfway through the movie, you kind of start, Richard Harris starts to realize, oh my God, what have I done? I'm a horrible person. I've lost half my crew. Poor Bo Derek lost her leg. And you know, and you got Charlotte Rampling, you know, looking at him like, you know, kind of in the Hooper role, if you will.
Yeah.
Glaring at him the whole time like you're a horrible person. And now it's like, well, now you start to feel sympathy for Richard Harris. And now the whale, you're kind of like, hey, man, listen, don't kill everybody. But of course, you know that's it goes the way it does.
Playing it as if, what if Quint had an epiphany? You know?
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes, very good. And you know, it's got this score by Ennio Morricone.
So good.
Which is, I mean, Morricone's done a million scores, a million soundtracks. A lot of them sound similar to each other, especially later on, as he was kind of getting. It is so. It really pulls at your heartstrings. This score. And does it the way where really adds that extra layer to the film of it being just an emotional roller coaster.
It hit at that time where critics weren't forgiving enough. It got the boots put to it time and time again because critics were like, "Oh, it's a Jaws ripoff," as opposed to taking a bit of a step back. There wasn't enough distance. I think if that film had come out in the early '80s, mid '80s. Probably been a different film, but there would have been enough distance there, and it would have been appreciated. But it's grown a cult following, which is great. I came to Orca because I was just, you know, Jaws is my favorite movie, and there was a year of every single comic book had the Orca poster on the back of it.
Oh yes, yeah.
So any comic you bought, you flipped it over, and there's that beautiful orca busting through the rowboat, and there's
smashing through the town. It's just fantastic poster. I have it upstairs in the office. It's fantastic poster.
Oh, get it? No, I'm just kidding.
Now,
this film is so bizarre, though, because you've got Charlotte Rampling is in this movie. Richard Harris is in this movie.
An amazing cast.
The production value is phenomenal. You've got Rick Baker is involved with the practical. Rick, my favorite story, just tell it real quick. So Orca comes out and it gets beat up, but it does make money. Right. So De Laurentiis, in typical De Laurentiis fashion, is like, we're going to immediately do a sequel. And he has Rick Baker come in and I'll do my very poor Dino De Laurentiis impression, who I've never heard speak in my life. So maybe it's spot on. I don't know. And he goes, this is coming from Rick Baker. Ricky, the second film, we're gonna have it a fish. He's gonna go on a land and it's gonna fuck up everything. And Rick Baker is in this meeting and he's going, Dino De Laurentiis doesn't know how fish work. How to tell him? He's going, the fish can't go on land. He's like, we're gonna work it out. And he goes, thank God that never came to fruition. That's what Rick Baker's thinking about. How am my reputation is at stake because he's going to make me put legs on this fish.
He's going to make me put legs on the fish.
That's terrific.
Fantastic first movie. All right, Amber, what have you got for us?
Okay, so it's not only one of my favorite Jaws ripoffs, but it's also a movie I really love. And I think it's one of the most unique Jaws ripoffs because it's really a stretch, but is The Car.
Oh, you stole one of mine.
Did I really?
Yes, good job, honey.
Oh,
good
dude,
work.
Sean, I am obsessed with this movie.
If we were all together, I'd have to buy you a drink right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then we'd all have to watch it together. So I want to rewind just a second. You said something in the beginning that I've thought about in the last couple of weeks leading up to knowing we're doing this podcast is we've got Jaws in 75. It's outrageous to me how these ripoffs cranked out one after the other. And there's probably others that we don't even know about that are more low, whatever, and it's like, we gotta get this recipe locked in, and I get it. We've got all the animal sort of elements and whatnot, but The Car, I mean, unless someone told me, hey, by the way, did you know this was a Jaws ripoff? I don't know if I would have known it.
No one puts two and two together until you see it, and then you're like, this is the most Jaws ripoff of all Jaws ripoffs. Right, and I mean that lovingly.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. And so the it's just wild to me how they just cranked him out like nothing else. And so the thing for me is this movie is absolutely terrifying to me.
Yes.
I've seen it now 3 times. I refreshed myself and watched it a bit last night again. And I'm like, this movie is so scary, but there's no slasher. I don't think we barely see a drop of blood in it.
No.
There's no special effects. There's no jump scares. It's just this 90 minutes and it's really good. And like last night, I'm like, I want to go look up and see how this movie was received in 77. It was received very poorly. Audience were laughing in their seats at it, thought it was ridiculous. And I'm like, no, this is really scary to me.
I agree 100%. I think it takes a seasoned genre watcher to separate themselves and appreciate it, because it's about a car that's being driven by Satan, essentially.
Uh-huh. Well, and another thing too is people were laughing about I'm like, wow, James Brolin did such a great job, the way he cared for his community, his kids, his girlfriend. His heart was really out on his sleeve during the movie. And in the articles, I was reading a New York Times article that came out in 77, and they're like, his acting was atrocious. And I'm like, they completely did not appreciate getting to see this movie when it came out in 77. And it really bothered me. And, I'm going to take one little sidestep. I will say, I was raised in a very Baptist home. So all I had was the back of the movie boxes to get anywhere close to these movies when I was a kid. Until you get a little older, you know how to kind of sneak it, right? But it was funny. I texted my dad yesterday, because every once in a while he'll be like, oh, I saw that. And I'm like, Dad, did you happen to see, he was a happening guy in the 70s. I'm like, did you happen to see The Car with Brolin in 77? And he was like, that was a demonic movie, so I tried to stay away from that. And I was like, and look, that's okay. I'm not laughing about anybody's choices. Some people just don't want to be scared. That's fine. But, I will say I had a sort of thought after I watched it. I'm like, okay, it's a driverless car. We never really are 100% sure why it chose to terrorize this small town in Utah. Is it driven by the devil or a demon? And, we don't know 100% sure, but I keep holding on to that thought at the end. And I ran upstairs to tell you yesterday, I go, this is my third time I saw it, but at the end, when the men are all on their backs staring at the explosion in the sky, yeah. And the alcoholic cop, I'm forgetting no one's names, turns to Brolin and go, we saw him. Did you see him in this? And Brolin like, nope, it's over. It's over. He doesn't want to
never talk of this again. Yeah.
Yeah. And the only issue I had with that ending scene was I'm really big on following the rule of lore with characters or the bad guys in movies, right? Like a zombie. We all can agree. Can we all shake hands if a zombie bites you? You're a zombie, right? I'm like, if this was an evil entity driving the car, you can't just push it off the edge of a cliff and kill it, right? It's a thing. It's not a human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so at the end, I told Mark at the end, we see that car driving through Los Angeles during the credits. And I'm like, oh, it's not over.
They had all the goodness in their heart that there would be a car too, I know. God bless him. This hits for me, again, a book I'll never write, but I'll talk about endlessly, is the book I'm going to write about James Brolin. In this 75 to 80, we've got
that crazy run.
Night of the Juggler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Capricorn 1.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
I forgot about that.
That movie's terrific too.
Look, James Brolin is Mr. Barbra Streisand, so it all worked out for James in the end, didn't it?
Right.
But I just feel for him that he just got up there to bat, and to me, he knocked it out of the park time and time again, but it just didn't resonate with the audience at large. But I really love his filmography during that time. It's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, one other thing I'll add too is it really bothers me. Like when I watch it, I'm like, why did this car go to this small town? Like
short story, right, Amber?
Yeah. it bothered me so much. And I said, Mark, like all the people that you care about in the movie get killed. Like the good cop who wants to help the woman in the abusive marriage, the girlfriend who wants to get married and be a good mom to these kids. You're like, wait, no, I want the alcoholic abusive guy to get hit by the car, not the good people. But then you kind of the alcohol, there's two alcoholics in it. They don't really get their comeuppance, but they get sort of, they're like, we need you to help us now. And he's like, me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they kind of have this second life. And I'm like, does the car, yes, it represents evil, but does it represent the pain and some of the issues that these people are having in the community? Maybe nothing huge. Every community has their alcoholic, abusive guy, but like, does it give these people sort of a second life? Like, this car represents the evil in the community, and they need to come together and figure this out.
I love
they're
that.
forever changed after this. Like then the alcoholic cop that's trying to be good with the cross around his neck.
Yeah.
Maybe these people need a second sort of life to come together after this. And the car isn't like, I'm just going to go screw things up for these good people in the community, but it forces them to kind of look themselves in the mirror and go, I need to make a change.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You're a good person. Because we covered this on Fear on Film. We did the car, and myself and Joe Velasquez were like, wait a minute. The funny hitchhiker dies in the beginning who's harmless and sweet as hell. Kathleen Lloyd gets obliterated. Oh, by the way, we're spoiling all the movies, everyone.
Right, exactly, yeah.
This disclaimer before this starts is going to be, we've ruined all these movies for you.
Crush of a lifetime, Kathleen Lloyd gets obliterated in her own living room.
Yeah, which is massive sequence.
The abusive wife beater gets corralled into the posse at the end, and we were both like, this is a weird look, 77.
Yes!
In a year. 77. Look, I mean,
it was a big year.
The four of us could do an entire podcast series that would go 5-10 years on weird things that happened in film during the 70s that are bueno now,
Oh, yeah.
Love the choice. I cannot believe you stole it from me.
But we got to talk about it together, and it's so cool.
I love that for you. I do.
I've never seen The Car.
I hope you
don't listen to anything we just said.
Kathleen Lloyd lives.
Tell me that. So I guess my question is, and not that this is 70s at all, but like, how does that track through to, like, say Christine, or say more recently to Titane?
Oh, wow. Now, wouldn't that be a great triple? Triple feature.
Tell me about it.
Are they in sort of almost the same universe, or is this like completely different?
Christine, for sure.
Wow, absolutely.
Christine, yes. Titan or Titane. I don't think Titan was Titane, but Christine is definitely
right, matches up to it. Evil car.
Yeah, there's definitely a similar
Christine. How do you all feel about Christine?
I love Christine.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I love Christine.
I like the book better, but that's
I'll
give you that.
Fair enough.
As an adaptation, yes, I do. I think it's the movie by itself and the book by itself, two different entities.
Oh,
spooky season watch for me every year, Christine. So I love it. Amber, I love the take that you have of second chances. I do feel like The Car, you basically start in media res, and it's like a short story. Like it just places you in this time period. There's no explanation. There's a resolution-ish, and I kind of love that it's just, hey, look, keep up or don't, but here it is, and have at it,
Yeah. And one last final thought I'll say about, again, I'm forgetting everyone's name, but the nice cop who had the cross around his neck that was the sneaking alcohol because he was having a hard time,
Guess what? That's one
the epiphany he has when they're talking about how is it that he smashed through the house, but he could have killed everybody in the cemetery that was hiding from the car. And he goes, it was hollowed ground. Yeah. So he had a religious background. He understood good and evil. And Brolin even had the Bible in his office.
They're building lore there, which I love.
Yes. It's always good versus evil, right? Yeah.
All right, Nicole, what have you got for us?
What she got?
Tell me that someone has seen the 1978 film Cyclone.
Wait, I'm sorry, what film?
Cyclone.
Cyclone?
Cyclone.
No.
Oh my God.
Writing it down.
Cyclone? I'm
a Mexican film.
I love this.
Everybody speaks English. It is sort of as though someone took like an environmental horror film, like the cyclone part, and meshed it with Jaws, but also there is like full on freaking cannibalism in it. And
This
they
is
showed
78?
the cannibalism.
I've never heard of this movie.
Oh my God. You must see it. It is.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Everything you just said sounds amazing.
What a combination.
So first, you have to understand the acting is horrifying. It
Good.
is bad. It is like Love Boat times a billion bad.
Wow.
The music is as though it's like either 70s porno or 70s cruise ship entertainment. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know.
It sounds even better. The more you're speaking, the more I'm loving this.
I'm gonna watch it today.
So there's a cyclone, right? Okay. And there are 3 boats that get sort of waylaid. One is a glass bottom tourist boat filled with horrifyingly bad people. There's also, I believe, 2 children and a pregnant woman, which is important. There is a fishing boat. And then what's the other one? I think it's maybe like a plane. So it's not really a boat, but a plane that gets sort of like. Anyway.
To watch it today, by the way.
Have to. So they all kind of get crashed or whatever. And then this glass bottom tourist boat picks everybody up. But they're out there for like a week and they're like, carving the tick on the boat so they know how long they're in. The first person dies and they throw him overboard to like draw the sharks because they're like, we're going to catch us some sharks.
Oh,
the shark takes the body because of course they're not going to catch a shark to eat. Second body dies. They cut him up on screen and you like actually like put him on top of the boat to dry his meat and they all eat him.
Oh boy.
It is.
I have got to see this immediately. This sounds. Oh, how have I missed this?
I never even heard of this.
1978. But then the woman has her baby.
Oh no.
And you're like, oh my God, they're going to eat They also eat a dog. Because one of the like awful rich people has a dog. They fillet it on screen.
What is even happening with this film?
Oh boy, I'll fast forward to that through that part.
Yeah. None of us blinked at them eating the
dude.
person.
I'll watch them eat the dude, but not the dog.
Yeah. The baby while you're at it. I don't want to see the dog.
Not the dog. Not the dog.
You worry about the baby. You worry what's coming for the
Yes.
Yeah.
And like then you start worrying about what's going to happen to all these other people. And I will. Should I spoil the end for you, or do you really want to be surprised?
No, go ahead. Come on. You just have that.
I knew Mark was going to be biting his nail. Can I ask one question real quick? How big is this ship?
It's small. Like there's 27 survivors.
On a tourist boat, little tourist boat.
Oh, it's on a tourist boat. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to get a visual. Okay, thank you.
And it's not even like the kind of touristy glass bottom boat that you would see today.
Right.
It's like I don't even know how to describe it. Almost like a trawler that has like a panel in the middle that has glass in it, like glass.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Like, you can kind of walk around it, but you can't walk on it. I mean,
Got it. Okay.
Right.
So 27 survivors at the end, right? But it doesn't end up being that way because there's a group of people take off to like go find help as one does, right? Those are the only, well, not the only people, but they're most of the people who survive because they're like, putting their lives on the line for everybody else. Everybody else is like almost everybody else is horrible in this film. Like you want them to die.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the end, you almost all get your wish.
Okay.
This is why I do this, by the way. This is why I do this.
Incredible.
Okay. My first question is, who directed this?
I don't know. Let me see if I can find out real quick.
And I won't even ask if it's streaming anywhere, but how does one see this or at least find this film?
Yeah.
It's on Plex.
Oh, it's on Plex.
Free.
Wow. Okay.
Director Rene Cardona Jr.
It sounds like a really
I wish you said it.
No, And it's supposedly based on Alfred Hitchcock's Lifeboat.
Oh,
This
wow.
Wait, now did you say it was a Mexican production?
Yes. But
Yeah.
everyone speaks English.
And this is 78, you said?
78.
Because what was the year he did Survive? That was the other cannibal movie that was it was based on, loosely based, I think, on the Donner Party story or something like that. But they're all eating each other in that movie, too.
That does not surprise me at all. The weirdest thing I've ever seen. And like, I have a cannibal book coming out next year. And so like,
Why do you?
Wow.
when I saw that it was like cannibals, I'm like, ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that is deep.
And I'm really excited about that book that you mentioned. I'm like, oh my gosh, a cannibal book.
Yeah, I want to know about this cannibal
That
book.
is so cool.
He turned accidental cannibal.
Nicole, can I spoil something a little bit, and I can edit it out if I get over my skis.
Okay.
Nicole is going to write a series of gastro horror for Macabre Daily, starting honestly whenever you want. I talked to Matt. Nicole, whenever you want to start it, you can have at it. But it's all going to lead up to, it's going to, broaden the world, everyone's appreciation for gastro horror.
Disgusting horror, they go together.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Wow, that's really great.
I'm stoked.
I'm looking forward to that.
I get my degree.
I feel like 2024 and 2025, as far as horror literature went, had a real big moment for fungal horror.
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Right.
But 2026, I'm sorry?
Wendy Wagner has a fungal horror out right now.
Yep. But 2026 is going to be Nicole Wolverton's year for gastro horror.
That's horror. I love that. That is
I've not heard
awesome.
that term before.
Okay, you know what? I was going to save my third pick, but I'm going to do it first because this is going to be perfect to go from a really solid deep cut where it's no one knows who the actors are, but I cannot wait to watch that film Cyclone. And now we're going to talk about Swarm. Irwin Allen's The Swarm.
Oh, the Swarm.
Oh, the Swarm.
Wow. Okay.
So let's see what year. I believe it was 7. Was it 77? It feels like it was 7. It was 77. You've got Michael Caine, Catherine Ross. The Swarm has multiple Academy Award winners and nominees.
Yes.
Henry Fonda's in this film.
Yes.
Jose Ferrer, Michael Caine, Catherine Ross, Slim Pickens, who was in every single movie.
Yeah.
Especially the 70s.
Not a 70s movie unless Slim Pickens shows up.
Right.
Echo horror, but capitalizing on the Jaws-ness of what was happening at the time, especially in 77. 77 is that sweet spot because we have to remember that Jaws came out in 75. Mm-hmm. So those cigar chomping meetings didn't happen until that summer, that fall. And then you get into production, which kind of eats up a lot of the oxygen of 76. And then they start landing in 77, 78, and 79. So this movie comes out and like they just took bags of money and just pushed it across the table. Irwin Allen directs off of a screenplay by Academy Award winner Sterling.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark. I can never pronounce that last name. Wins for In the Heat of the Night. This screenplay. I got to go over some of his accolades. Wrote the Charles Bronson movie Telephone, which I'm a huge fan of. No one knows the movie. No one saw it.
I love Telephone, by the way.
And I knew I could count on you, Mark. Thank you.
Flick. Love that flick.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's really good.
He works with Peckinpah and writes The Killer Elite, which is one of my favorite films. I want to hear Mark say off screen, I love that.
One of your favorite Peckinpahs is Killer Elite?
I love The Killer Elite.
Really?
Look, my favorite Peckinpah is The Wild Bunch.
Yo, I'm a huge Peckinpah, massive Peckinpah fan. Love the concept of Killer Elite.
Where do you land? What's your favorite, Mark? What's your favorite Peckinpah?
I always say it's Wild Bunch, but I have a real soft spot for Pat Garrett.
Same.
I love Pat Garrett. It is so good.
Again,
so good.
And
Alfredo Garcia is fantastic.
Alfredo Garcia is like a fever dream, and by the time you leave the theater, you're like, I feel like I'm Warren Oates and I need a shower, I have been drinking for days, if not weeks at a time.
Yes. And you feel Peckinpah's frustration at everything he's dealt with in his industry with that movie. Because that's him, that's his cathartic, fuck everybody, I hate all of you. I'm gonna make the movie. This is screw you, MGM, screw everybody who's screwed me since '67.
I just love the San Francisco of it all for the Killer Elite.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
great cast too.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a completely different panel that'll get you all back for. The Swarm hits. It is a bomber-rooney. It is also 2.5 hours long. Could not find a place to make judicious cuts, which is insane because you watch the movie now and you're like, well, you could lose that. You could lose a half hour right here, You tighten that up to an hour and 45 and you've got something. Again, in 77, probably not. It's like Orca. We have to push it down the road a bit. Right. But I just love the hubris and the vision of let's just grab these Academy Award winners. Michael Caine, bless you. Michael Caine will do it because, the ink isn't dry on the check and he's already heading up for the first shot. And I just love that about it. And the fact that it didn't land is kind of perfect as well. And
the thing is, the reason this is, I think, 2.5 hours long is because the disaster cycle of that time is still in pretty good standing. The studios are still thinking, okay, Irwin Allen, Jennings Lang, those guys are still our box office reliability because people are still enjoying the disaster films. As we see with The Swarm and then ultimately Roller Coaster. They were on
we'll get to talk about Roller Coaster, I promise.
Yes. So downswing at that point. And then when time ran out, that's when time literally ran out for the cycle.
Don't you think that the disaster movie is ready for a comeback? I know that we have disaster films that pop up, maybe one a year. Yeah. Typically now they're happening. They're international films. Yeah. Sweden's done a couple of really great disaster movies. I know The Wave was one of them, and then
The Wave was good. China. I think it was China. What was the movie we saw? The drive-in. I think it was Simon. Was it Simon West or Simon Windsor had done a movie in China called Fire
Was it good?
Something. We saw it at the drive-in during the pandemic.
By the way, I love your life. I love your life.
At the Vineland.
Oh, which is no longer.
And basically, it's the Jurassic Park formula where they built a brand new, shining, multi-million-dollar resort on the side of a volcano.
Okay.
Oh, now I remember that. Yes.
And we heard about this. I'm like, okay, it's playing the drive-in. I don't care what we're doing Friday night. We're going. And then I see. I think it's Simon Windsor or Simon West. One of the two of them directed this film. Went over there, like Rennie Harlan is making an insane comeback.
Right.
In China. It's 1993 for Rennie Harlan right now in China. Simon was, again, I think it's Windsor, but anyway, one of them has done the same and had done this movie. And that's the thing. All the international, they're making disaster films.
They're doing it.
US is like, well, kind of, maybe, sort of. Let's maybe put something like that.
Well, there's a disaster movie in the US
still makes them
turning on the TV.
It's interesting how it seems like to me from hearing what you guys are talking about. Like I'm like, oh, it seems so much like these Jaws ripoffs. Also, some of the bleed into disaster, like it's the tones where they almost are like, we're going to get a little this, a little that, let's see what sticks.
Yeah.
And I just looked up the Swarm on Letterboxd, and I'm like, everybody is in this movie.
Amber, everyone is in the movie.
Everyone's. It's like they're like, get them, everyone, get them all in there, and the posters when they came out had everyone's name listed on it. Let's not forget. Let everyone know who's in it.
Could you imagine the arguments and fights behind the scenes with everyone's agent? With billing, with that many Academy Award winners and nominees, I mean, that alone is probably a better movie than The Swarm.
Right?
Well, there was the McQueen Newman fight in Towering Inferno.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why McQueen's name is or Newman's name is higher, but McQueen's is first. I mean, that was they were doing that already. They were already fighting through all that stuff.
It's so crazy. All right, Mark, you're up. I want you two to get on to your vacation. I can talk.
This is a great vacation.
The reason I was popping out, I have The Swarm on vinyl. The score. The Jerry Goldsmith.
He keeps trying to find it.
I don't find it.
It's a great score.
The Jerry Goldsmith score for The Swarm. His gold.
Good book.
It's terrific.
It's based off of, I was just going to say Werner Herzog. It's not Werner Herzog. It's Arthur Herzog's novel. And I have it, and it's actually pretty darn good.
No, I was talking about the score.
Oh, yeah. The score is fantastic.
That's what I was trying to find. I have it here in the record shelf, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, it's Jerry Goldsmith.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's Goldsmith.
How do you say a Jerry Goldsmith score is not good? You know?
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Is probably one of the better parts of the film. A lot of slow motion. Amber, if you watch the film, I don't want to oversell it. It is 2.5 hours long, and there's a lot of slow motion bee attacks, which dramatically do nothing.
Do nothing. Say no more.
All right. The next one.
Oh boy.
Is we're gonna leave 77 for a bit. We're gonna go to 79.
Okay.
And taking Nicole's cue of the eco horror, and then you kind of bringing into the swarm, Sean. Prophecy.
What, was that one of your movies too?
No, but I am upset with myself that I didn't think of it. Oh my goodness! Oh, that is so good.
Prophecy is a movie that I saw the poster as a kid. It scared the crap out of me.
Still does.
But here's the funny part. The poster, it's like, it sets up this film that you're about to watch in this way. It says Prophecy, the monster movie. It's got this crazy thing in this egg. Yeah. And then you see the film and you go, I mean, it's just, you're not even ready for what goes on in this movie. Oh. It is, and I'm, as I picked my three, I realized I had sort of a theme going. Where it's you're rooting for, in Jaws, you're not really rooting for the shark. You want Quint and Hooper and everybody to save the town. Although in Jaws 2, when I was a very young boy, I'd seen Jaws 2, and when they blow up the shark at the end, I cried because I was rooting for the shark as a young boy.
Oh yeah.
But in these movies, you are rooting for the animal, and so in Prophecy, I love the environmental message where it's this paper mill in the forest that is leaching mercury into the water. And you have Robert Foxworth and Talia Shire. Foxworth is a health inspector, and they go out to find out what's happening because a lot of the loggers and the company people are getting sick and dying. And then what they find is that the wildlife has started to become mutated. You have a giant salmon. This raccoon goes after, I think, Talia Shire or Foxworth. So I forget what
there was birth defects.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So
building slowly, though. I love.
Yeah, but they start building that, and then we meet the Katadin, the giant deformed bear, going around ripping everybody to pieces,
decimating.
Yeah. And when you first see it, you go, holy cow, what the hell is that? And then they find the bear cub that Foxworth has to drown because it's not. And we're just kind of flying through this story at this point. But the idea here is that you have this environmental theme. So, and you got John Frankenheimer, who was one of our really great filmmakers of the 70s. I mean, he was making serious. I mean, Black Sunday is one of my favorite Frankenheimer flicks. It's a great thriller. He's going to bomb the Super Bowl, or they're going to. The Steelers are playing in that Super Bowl, so I'm almost.
Oh, you were in right there. Yeah.
But Frankenheimer was known for making really great films. I mean, Ronin, even later years, Ronin is one of the
fantastic.
Best. Yeah. And so people look at Prophecy like. What the hell was he thinking kind of thing. But the thing is, in that movie, there's a real, and I think with Orca too, there's a real message here, and there's a real emotion to the film, which is why I think I really gravitated towards it. I've seen it a few times, but funny enough, when I mentioned the 24-hour horror-thon we went to last year, Prophecy was one of the movies. So I hadn't seen Prophecy in a theater for quite some time. I think we'd seen it years ago at the Bev or something. But watching it with a full house, because in the 24-hour horror-thon, they don't tell you what's going to play.
Right.
I love
it's
a slower
17, 18 movies or whatever, and it's just what's next is what's next. Now, they give you hints, but no, you don't know what's coming. All of a sudden, Prophecy comes up, the whole place goes nuts.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah. But it was funny because as you're watching, as you're hearing that, there's like people who are like, who know it, who are excited. And then half the crowd, I don't think had ever seen the movie. They may have heard of it, but they were like, and the way this thing plays, Full House, it was like, I mean, there is a scene in this movie. There's a kill in this movie.
Oh, I know which one.
That Friday the 13th Part 7 did as well later on, where there's someone in the sleeping bag. The bear picks up the sleeping bag and smashes it against a tree, and it explodes in this plume of feathers. And you know, this was midway through. I know it was early on. I think it was like film 5 or 6. When that happened, I mean, the whole theater just erupted. They were like, "Oh man, woo!" You know, big cheer and everything.
That's when the curator is like, "Oh, I did it, woo!"
And it's one of those movies where you kind of, it's got that B movie quality. I mean, it's definitely a 50s B movie style of filmmaking to it. But then Frankenheimer decides he's going to put in this really intense message of, you know, there's the ecological message of that we're polluting the forests and killing all these poor wildlife. And then there's this racist angle where the Native Americans were trying to, you know, protect the land. You got the white paper mill owners who are like, you know, saying these guys, you know, they're a bunch of, you know, drunks and, you know, don't listen to these people. They're crazy. Armand Asante, of course, playing the lead, John Hawkes, I think is his name. Yeah. In a performance that, you know, Frankenheimer gets it out of him. It's, you know, and so it's, but it's obviously known, you know, movie's well known for the two things. One, with the giant Cottadine bear, which is going around killing everybody, and I can't remember who created the bear, but it's a really great.
It's design. Great. The practice.
I want to say it's not Stan Winston. Who the hell did it? I don't remember. I don't recall. But it's really great. And then there's the Robert Foxworth is the lead, and he plays this role like a complete asshole. I mean, he is a total prick in this film. And again, when you say about the 70s were a different time, you're never getting this character and this performance in it as the lead in a major studio horror thriller.
No,
it's not happening again. It's not happening. You're not getting that kind of approach to the character. Talia Shire is great in this movie, and she's his wife. Yeah, he wants to have a baby, and he's like, I don't want to have. He's like, I don't want to have the child. He wants you to get rid of the child, and then she realizes that she has consumed the fish, the salmon that's been polluted. So now you're thinking, oh my God, it's going to end with this crazy mutant baby coming out of her or something like that.
What an
ending. So you're thinking the whole time, you go, because they have the crazy, this mutant cub. So you think, okay, that's the setup where she's going to
go. Yeah.
And it's got it all, man. Prophecy is a blast.
What happened with Frankenheimer is the same thing happened with Orca. The audiences and critics can't get past the B movie quality of it all, so they just kind of, you know, crap on it, you know, for lack.
Michael Anderson directed Orca. He was known for Logan's Run and
yeah.
So I mean, again, he's a well-respected filmmaker, and just people just dismissing these films from these filmmakers.
The studios wanted people at the helm that actually had. You know, had the credentials and had a good track record, and you know, look, they have to realize what sandbox they're playing in, which is straight up B movie. That's what Jaws is. Jaws is a B movie that just gets elevated beyond what it is, you know, and becomes iconic. But
TV director.
I'm sorry.
I'm a TV director.
Yeah. Yes. You know what I wanted to point out about? Oh, shoot. No, that was for the car. Amber, let me ask you a question. Do you think the car is a little bit of Jaws and Duel? Do you think it's like a little perfect amalgam?
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah? I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
I had that thought.
Right,
All right.
and that'd be a fun double feature too, right there, right? Yeah, I always love thinking,
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah.
a theme of movies, you know.
How about Duel, the car, and then pepper in maybe a little Race with the Devil for
I
a,
haven't seen that.
Oh, Race the Devil, yeah.
for a nice
Oh,
trifecta.
That
Writer,
movie's great.
All right, Amber, you're up. What do you got?
Real quick note, I was gonna say because you were talking about prophecy, and I was talking about the car. In the car, we have the Native American officer who has also connections with the Native American community.
Yep.
And they're the ones that know better. Remember the old Indian woman's like, he translates, or the other Indian officer says, she says there's something evil in the wind. And because they're more in tune with nature, what's going on, and the white man's like, well, what does that mean? Tell me more. Like they're kind of clueless.
Yeah.
The community knows prophecy. It's the same thing. The Native American community, they're trying to protect the land. They know better. They know something on a deeper level because they're more in tune,
Right.
you know. And I that's always a fascinating kind of connection for me. There's always somebody that's more in tune to what's going on. Also ties in again, what's all this shit that's getting in the water that's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because no big shocker here. I was going to talk about piranha because I'm like, again, something's getting in the water, creating these monsters. Something got into the water in prophecy.
That's right.
Screwing up the water, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, again, wow. So many Jaws ripoffs, so many disaster. And again, we've all talked about it, eco horror.
Look what's going
So
on
much.
in 79. I mean, you've got 3 Mile Island, you've got the China Syndrome comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very of the now. And, you know, it's a good thing that we've all evolved as a species and we don't have those problems any longer. Yeah. I mean, I won't, that's another podcast. What I will say is what's happening now will spark a lot of creativity in horror and other genres. So maybe silver lining ish.
Right. Yeah.
If we will survive.
Yep. And I think Piranha is just, it's a blast.
Hey, great
it's
shirt,
a quick, thank you.
Yeah, love the
It's a
shirt.
quick
Both of you
blast.
love the shirts.
And that opening kill with the two, teenagers going, yeah, let's go take a swim in this, random, facility that has a body of water before they jump in. Hey, you don't think this is a contaminated, we're good. Let's go skinny dipping, right? And it's clearly an exact Jaws opening kill, just in a contaminated water. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's so good. But I think it still has some, legit scares above the water,
Joe Dante's having so much fun with that film. I
yeah.
love it. John Sayles wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I gotta hand it over to, I always forget his name. What's his name? I love from Chopping Mall that plays the camp counselor.
Dick Miller.
Dick Miller. Oh gosh.
Oh, Dick Miller. Sorry.
Could he steal the scene anymore? Anytime he's in it, oh, come on, darling, get in the water. Come on, campers. Who are these parents letting their kids go to this camp with this asshole camp counselor,
Well, at least he was the owner. Wasn't he the owner? Of the,
was he the owner?
Yeah, he's the owner. He's the construction magnate.
You're right. Yes.
You gotta love a film that just honestly serves up a buffet of children at the end.
Right. And you're like, they're not gonna let the piranha attack the kids, are they? And like, oh no, they got the kids.
Roger Corman. Of course, the kids are going to. At least some of the kids are going to get it.
But let's and it's funny because like I am incredibly forgiving about, I don't care how old the movie is with their special effects, because I'm like, they were using what they had. I completely forgive it, and I probably love it more than what I see in a lot of today because there's so much heart in it. But when they're in the laboratory and that stop motion piranha comes around the corner, am I describing it right?
Yeah.
And the little piranha pokes their head out and goes, what? What are you guys doing in here? And I'm like, oh, I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. That's what makes it so unique.
It makes it special.
Yeah.
Sweet B movie. I mean, it's right in the zone. It's so
it's
good.
doing all the things. Yeah.
And I mean, Joe Dante. So you have me at the Joe Dante of it all. Fantastic choice. All right, Nicole. I mean, how are you going to top Cyclone?
Yeah, I was.
I know,
I'm about to write down what you say next.
So I'm sure somebody has seen this, but so you all were talking about things that get in the water. I'm going to talk about things that get into the air, kind of.
Okay.
So I think it was 1975 or 1976 is when scientists discovered that chlorofluorocarbons were dissolving the ozone layer. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
So in 1977, you have Day of the Animals.
Oh, yes. I love Day of the Animals. Yep.
It was on my Audible list. It was there.
Day of the Animals is great.
So chlorofluorocarbons dissolving the ozone, making everybody crazy the higher up you go. Shirtless Leslie Nielsen. Shirtless Leslie Nielsen. And so my husband and I were watching this the other night because why wouldn't you be watching this?
Right.
And he's like, Leslie Nielsen is 53 years old. We're 54 in this film. We're 53. We're like, oh, wow. We have been preserved really well, or it's the ozone layer getting to poor Leslie. But the
He
thing
turns
is,
into the shark in Jaws in this movie, by the way.
well, yes, but like it's supposed to be like all the animals, right? But it's very much like the birds because there's a shit ton of birds in the film, and like the opening credits, you have like these big owl eyes,
Yeah.
like eagles come and like peck at people, but they don't really start killing people like in mass anyway until later in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because, well, not really weird, but in some instances, the animals protect the better humans, which I always found really interesting.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Actually, I
Yeah.
rewind.
Like, I think it was like
Forgot about that. That's
mountain lions and maybe like a bear or something. And
Yes.
Leslie Nielsen's trying to rape the young girl,
Yes.
because he's all crazy from the height and ozone and
Right.
and like they go and kill him off, but like that leaves the young girl and the awful mother with her kid to like run away.
Right.
Just everything about that film kills me.
It's also one of those perfect movies that stars Christopher George, Richard Jekyll. They were in, I mean, they're two of the leads from Grizzly, with Andrew Pine being the third, which is like, I mean,
For this,
perfect Jaws ripoff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That movie scared the hell out of me. I didn't know, I thought it was a made for TV movie. That was actually theatrically released, but I saw it on TV and they did not cut a lot of it. There's a scene where the guy, to get away from the dogs, backs into an abandoned car that's full of snakes. And every night when I close my eyes, seeing that as a child, that's the first thing I see when I close my eyes.
did you not on some level think that this is like a precursor to Cujo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great point.
Look, we've mentioned two movies now that we're looking at you, Stephen King. Car and Dating Animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I don't remember when Cujo or Christine were written. It could have been in like the late 70s, so maybe they're not really like a direct connection, but you can kind of see it.
Yeah. Hey, look, he's got a great, he did his hard yards watching these really good, bad, great films,
Sure.
We all find influences in something, right? And so, I mean, obviously King was a huge fan of 50s and 60s B-horror. He mentions it in some of his books, and there's references and things, and he talks about them. But yeah, absolutely, I could see there being some sort of a kernel of inspiration that would bring him into
every
writing.
story's been told, essentially. Now it's just different variations. You know?
Exactly.
You guys, with your choices, they're so good. All right, let's see what I've got here. I had Day of the Animals right here. Okay, I'm going to go with a film that is a little... This one's a little troublesome, and I'll explain why. It's The Pack from 1977.
Oh, The Pack!
Dude.
Pack.
That was one of Mark's movies!
That's my third one.
All right, well, we'll partner up. We'll partner up.
That's fantastic.
All right, now Amber, I know you'll appreciate this because we all love animals
Yeah.
here today. We all love animals. You know, if I were to watch Jaws now in 2025, I'd be rooting for the shark. Like very much into shark conservation and animal conservation as a whole. The Pack is troubling. We'll talk about it as a B movie, but the fact that, the resolution at the end is to burn all the dogs in the house is, it's not a great look.
Right. Yeah.
77, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But it's another one of those movies that feels like a short story where what happens to pets that are abandoned on a small island? Well, this is what happens, and it kind of becomes this canine Lord of the Flies kind of theme.
Oh, yeah.
Injected into someone's, idyllic summer vacation. I guess horrifically ruined. And the attacks are gruesome in a 77 kind of way. By the way, Nicole, call back to Day of the Animals. The animal attacks, specifically the dog attacks, whoever the stunt people were that were involved in that, I hope they paid them extra. All in. Same with the Pack.
Yeah.
There's nothing done digitally or practically.
It's really intense. These dogs.
Yeah.
People getting
when she the Joe Don Baker. By the way, Joe Don Baker. Hello. So the 70s.
Yep.
70s Joe Don Baker. You didn't get much better than that.
So good.
But when his wife or fiance is running from the head dog, the mongrel.
Yes.
And she runs into the VW Beetle. Because she's like, the house is right there, but she's going to get in the car because it's closer. When those dogs descend on that car, and it's funny, Nicole, you mentioned Cujo. That scene in Cujo where the dog's trying to get Dee Wallace and Barrett Oliver, I forget who played the kid. It's 10 times worse in the Pack. There's like 9 dogs all attacking this VW, and then the one dog is on top, tearing through the cloth top and getting in, and you're like, holy shit! But the reason why I brought the Pack was my third choice because it is the most Jaws ripoff of the three I was choosing because it happens near the water, it's tourists coming into the big weekend, or they're going to go fishing and all that. The movie opens just like Jaws. Instead of Chrissy Watkins, it's the horse. Horse gets killed by the dog. And you're not quite sure what's happening. You sort of see it happening, but you're not quite sure. So it opens with an attack, a kill. I'm sorry. No, you do see the dogs chasing after it, but that's it. So it opens with a kill. Chrissy Watkins. Then the tourists show up. Oh my God, somebody's been killed. And then it goes from there. So it's a very structurally similar film. All of it takes place in the woods, obviously, but you're on the water. So you get that story. And Joe Don Baker is a marine biologist, but you never see him do any of that at all. You see him running around with his rifle, yelling at his kids, and then he's trying to find the dog that's killed. That's attacked.
They're trying to shoehorn in a little Matt Hooper into Joe Don Baker.
Yeah,
and
exactly. But it's the dog attacks. These sequences, and not just with the humans, the dogs coming after each other too.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I made the third choice for mine was because that's the one where you really, like you said, to your point, really feel for and root for the dogs. Yeah. Because these asshole tourists are just just going to leave their dog behind, abandoning the dog on this island, and then the dogs have to fend for themselves. There's the opening scene where the kid's crying about not.
Oh, it's so sad.
I want, and you got to be a big boy now. And they tie the dog to a tree. Oh, he'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. We're leaving now. The perfect setup for the rest of the movie. You're like, kill everybody.
Yeah, kill everybody.
Kill everybody, and yeah.
It's of all the films that we've mentioned, though, it does have the most possibly cautiously optimistic ending. Where they do rescue or not rescue, I shouldn't say rescue, but they untie the final dog and then they make peace with it. And, that's the uplifting music. And you're like, you sons of bitches still left all these dogs on his.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, but it's funny you say that because I looked at it as like, it's a really dour film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very much. I mean, it's very like, there's not a lot of hope or fun in this one, which might be why I really liked it. But
I know.
And that final shot is so great, where it's like, the dog is Joe Dubbing is trying to feed it the crackers, and it's like afraid, and the whole time you watch this, you're going, I don't know if I want to know what happened on set while they're shooting this film, but then after the credits, it says, all animal scenes monitored by the American Humane Society.
Yeah, no animals hurt.
Which you kind of go, okay, I feel a little bit better, but this was also 1977.
What's their definition?
Right.
So, I don't know how the standards work then as they do now, but I don't know what was permitted. But as a Jaws knockoff, and as an emotional, from an emotional standpoint for this film,
it's a gut punch for sure.
Yeah, it really it hits pretty hard.
That
one, you don't expect Jaws ripoffs to do.
No. You have to separate yourself from the subject matter, especially now in 2025. And I know, Mark, you and I are both saying like, well, it's a dour watch. It's a real tough watch, but it's a good movie. I mean, it's absolutely worth a watch. And I'd be so curious to see, in the comments when this finally posts, what people have to say about it.
Yeah.
Okay, Amber, you're third. What have you got?
Okay, it's a very predictable one. Everyone's seen it, but I love it as a Jaws ripoff, and I love the movie Alligator.
Oh, please!
I mean, it's so good. It's so good.
If someone didn't bring it up, I would have been upset.
Right? Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's a common one, but it's just so fun. And again, how many of these movies start with some shit got in the water? Right? Right, because it's like, she's got this little state fair critter she brings home, and I feel so bad. I could imagine like my dad flushing down my, critter I brought home, and I feel so bad for that alligator.
Can I ask you all something, and forgive me if I'm dense, but it always bothers me, and I can never connect the dots. Is that redheaded girl who flushes the alligator down the toilet in the beginning the ichthyologist or whoever, the doctor?
She grows up to become.
Is that her?
And like an alligator. That's what I always assumed. I've always assumed it. It's funny because now you have me questioning, and I'm like, yeah, it's her, right?
I've always kind of assumed it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I think that's the set to be like.
It makes sense. The storytelling would make sense for that to be the case.
I could never figure out the timeline. I'm like, I know this is happening earlier, but is it that much earlier? But let's just go with it. It is definitely her.
I think it is too. I've always thought
Again, John Sayles' script.
Oh yeah, you're right. Absolutely right.
She's a big salesman. She loves John Sayles. She's a huge salesman.
But I feel like more than just a Jaws ripoff, it's got some layers to it. The whole thing about how the interviewer will tell him like, yeah, hey, tell us what happened to your last partner. Robert Forster. Oh, he died while he was in your work unit, and blah blah blah, and that hits him hard. And then he loses another partner that he was looking after, and okay, I'm all about who's stealing the scene in a lot of these movies. What's his name? That Henry Silva. That's his boss.
Oh no, sorry.
Or that's his boss. The guy. Hey, man, I told you not to.
Yeah, Michael. What's his name?
Gotta go on.
From Godfather 2.
Mustache.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Michael.
Every time he's on the scene, I'm like looking it up.
Henry Silva's great in this as well.
Silva's the quint of the piece. But I mean, he comes in like he's just, it's the Henry Silva show, man. He's so good in this.
Yeah.
Great actors in this film. It's peppered with character actors from start to finish. Robert Forster. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Again, some of these films are they they're lucky enough to have actors that maybe were on a bit of a downturn that give incredible performances because they're such good actors,
Yes.
and then kind of when they have a little bit of a career resurgence, they kind of drag the film with them, which I always love. I think Alligator it was a cult film, but now it's kind of in the canon of animal attack movies.
Yep.
It's beloved.
Yeah, it's really and a totally random fun fact that I think you told me, but Robert Forster, how there's the joke in the movie where he goes, "Oh, I know what you're going through, man," and he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, first you lose your hair in the front, and it goes in the back." So Robert Forster, that's actually what an issue he was going through with his confidence in real life.
Yeah.
And he was like, kind of like, "Ah, geez," And then I thought it was kind of funny that they brought that issue that he was like all upset about into the movie.
Yeah, they use that as a character.
Then they do it again in Jackie Brown. He has a conversation.
Why do they?
I think that's because it's funny when Robert Forster passed away, the New Bev did a double feature night as sort of a tribute to him. The two movies they showed were Alligator and Jackie Brown.
I mean, it could.
But I think Tarantino loves Alligator, and I think that was a sort of nod to Alligator with the fact he was having the hair issue. I don't know, but I assume it.
Love him as an actor. Medium cool, please.
Oh, so Black Hole.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna put this out there. If you all want to come back in the fall, maybe early winter, and do a Dark Disney panel, I'll lock you in right now.
Oh yes.
Oh, that would be fun.
I have the movie for you.
Don't even say it.
Right, leave some surprise.
I have the movie.
We've got some more movies to get through here, Mark. Calm down.
I'll expand it. It'll be Dark Disney, but it'll also be like it could be gateway horror. So movies that we watch way too young, that were geared toward a young audience, that were definitely not for young children. Can I rope you all in?
That would be fun.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
All right.
Yes, and I have the movie poster of it as well.
Oh yeah. We're gonna bring all our tchotchkes when we do this next one. All right, Nicole, bring us home. What do you got?
So Amber talked about alligator. I'm going to talk about a crocodile.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Wait, which one?
Eaten Alive.
Oh.
Eaten Alive, 1976, the year after Chainsaw Massacre came out. Toby Hooper. Robert Englund is in it.
Yes. And he gets real munchified.
Oh yeah. It is so bizarre. So like I have this whole thing with a lot of these like 70s Jaws-y movies about like how many of them are really about like the rural urban dichotomy, and like how a lot of them are like, well, all this bad shit happens in rural places, but it's happening to shitty city tourists.
Yes.
And like Eaten Alive is the perfect example of that, because there's the gold-hearted prostitute, and she's running away from daddy, and she gets fired from the brothel because she won't take it in the ass. Like, it's just so crazy.
Oh,
it's like she runs away to the cabin in the woods, and the guy who runs the inn or hotel or motel, whatever you want to call it,
brand.
He's advertised as like mentally ill, and he doesn't necessarily come off as mentally ill to me, and I don't know what that says about me. Like he comes off as clearly crazy,
yeah,
but like not necessarily like a mental illness like you would believe it to be so. And maybe that says a lot more about where we are in terms of representative mental illness in film.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's interesting. But all the terrible people who come looking for her die. Well, not all of them. But who lives, right? Who lives in that film? It's the sister, the good sister of the prostitute. Yeah. It's the nicer half of the crappy couple.
Yeah.
Their innocent daughter who hides under the porch.
The child, yeah.
But interestingly to me in that one, the sheriff lives. The sheriff is a shitbag.
He's real bad. Yeah.
I'm very curious about like the choice of that one.
But it's funny you say that, because if you think of Texas, if you're with the Toby Hooper of it all, and you think of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like Franklin in the wheelchair, you would never expect to get killed.
Oh yeah.
Like
Right. Yes.
he
Yes.
plays around with concept and trope, which is interesting. I always find that pretty interesting.
Yeah. Really fascinating film for me.
That's a sweaty film. That is a sweaty.
That is the exact
Bayou
word for
film.
it. Sweaty. It is a
Sweaty
sweaty
film.
film.
It really is.
It reminded me a lot of like the visual of what's the Tom Cruise film where they're playing volleyball?
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
They're also sweaty.
Yes.
And, like, it's the same kind of thing to me. And it because I grew up in a rural area, it felt very true to rural areas.
Okay.
To say.
Hooper did that very well. He got the atmosphere and the vibe of those far off places that you maybe don't go very often, but when you do, you kind of feel like there's a sinister vibe about this place because it's so far removed from what we call, let's say, civilization. I guess the fact that it's away from the big city. He knew how to really exploit the creepier aspects of being sort of far off into a place where you go, my God, I'm so far from the local town.
Not even the creepier, but the terrifying isolation where in a moment you go from, oh, what's this place all about, to we're never going to get out of here. Like that, it's like instantaneous of, oh, we overplayed our hand here. I love that in horror movies when it goes from, I'm from the big city, I'm kind of a big deal,
Yes.
to, oh no, I'm lunch,
Right. And Eaten Alive has got some really great eating scenes. The crocodile attacks really like one of those you kind of go, wow, how did they do that? That was pretty good. That was really well done. Yeah, that's a good choice, Nicole. I've seen that so many times. I didn't even think, good call.
Nicole, I'm so glad that you picked that film because it leads perfectly into our last one, and that is from Australia. I may have the year wrong, so I may have cheated. It may not be the 70s, but I think it is. And it's a movie called Dark Age. Has anyone ever heard of it? Okay.
No, I thought you were going to say Razorback.
Adding it to my
Razorback, I am head over heels in love with. Chuck Russell, is it?
No, Mulcahy. Was it Russell?
Sorry,
Mulcahy?
Russell Mulcahy. You're absolutely right. Dark Age is this film that takes the concept, it literally takes Jaws almost beat by beat, and they do it right because the twist of Dark Age is that John Jarrett, who went on to horror fame with Wolf Creek, plays the protagonist here. And he's trying to save this crocodile that is, killing people along the shoreline. But the whole concept is crocodile gonna crocodile. Like, leave him alone. Sorry that this happened, but we're not gonna go kill this 25-foot crocodile just because, we're gonna conserve the crocodile and respect its habitat, which people shouldn't have been in. Then the poachers come along, which is kind of like the morons on the dock in Jaws who throw the holiday roast into the water. And you have a really terrifying scene with them that ends exactly how you think it's going to end. But they lean into the Aboriginal folklore of the
I love that.
and how this crocodile actually, if it eats, what they're doing when you die, if you're an Aborigine and you die, they will feed you to the crocodile because it's the transcendence into the spirit world. So it leans into a lot of Native American, folklore from and belief from the United States, the Aboriginal folklore, which was new to me, which I greatly appreciated. But they respect all of these concepts, and it lands, and nothing is saccharine or too precious. And it's all very much like a week in the life of what the hell is happening with this 25-foot crocodile. Of course, you have, the people who want to build along the shoreline and they have a hand in it and they want the crocodile.
Oh, of course.
It's so rich and layered and fantastic, and no one has seen it.
I just added it to my letterbox.
I was looking, but she was looking at letterbox.
I'm like, it's a quick 90 minutes.
I've never even heard of this.
I don't know if I know anyone in the cast.
I've never heard of this.
It seems
Check it out and let me know what you think.
Okay, I added it to my
All right, so we got to watch
Cyclone. Yes.
And then Dark Age. Now, I'd never heard of either of these.
That's really cool.
Thank you both for giving us a upcoming double feature at the house.
Right, yeah.
My favorite thing about doing this, first off, my favorite thing is seeing all your faces. You're the coolest people ever. I mean, I can't thank you guys enough for coming on, talking movies. It's my favorite thing to do. You're all incredible people, and you're all so talented. So you also inspire me to try and become more talented myself.
Oh, please. You're fantastic. We love seeing you. Thank you for having us on the show. We're having a great time.
And Mark, that's all? That's all? I thought you were going to go longer. I love it. Amber, you ready to get your heart broken? I went to buy it at my local AMC. I saw it on Wednesday, went back to buy it on Friday. It was gone.
Can't do that.
No,
can't do that.
I've done the same thing where I go, damn it, why
it.
did I buy it then? Everybody else
Can't do
wants
that.
it.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. I will find
That's
it.
on you, man. Listen, we love you, but that's on you.
Yeah.
It is on me. No, that's on me.
But you won't let it happen again. So
Never.
buy the thing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. I am going in the outro. I am going to praise the three of you, and it's going to be so gushing it might give you all diabetes. It's going to be so sweet. Go start your adventures. Nicole, I don't know why I don't see your fingers like this. You should be writing right now. I'm mad at you. I want more books.
I know I can start the column anytime.
All right.
that's
Top
the
Daily,
right,
thanks.
right, bro. Listen, I got time. I'm good.
No, you guys probably have to go to the New Bev or do something so cool, and I'm always following you and so jealous.
Well, maybe one of these days we'll actually get to meet you guys in person. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Perhaps in October because I'm.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Maybe. Lunch is on me and first round's on me.
That we're really going to see. It'd be great. Well, let's plan it now. We got the calendar.
Thank you for everything. This will post in 2 weeks. I'll let you all know when it drops. And this was so much fun. And I cannot wait to talk about childhood trauma and dark Disney.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
Coming soon to a nightmare near you. Bye, everybody.